Welcome to week number 4, students. Can you believe it? We are almost halfway through the term. At the end of this week, we will be halfway through the term. We will be taking a look this week at cellular respiration, which is a way to make ATP or energy molecules in cells, and also photosynthesis. Let me get to the next slide. Okay, so last week, what did we learn about? We learned about classification of organisms, including the 3 domains: eukarya, which includes all eukaryotes, plants, animals, protists, and fungi; eubacteria, which contains most of the bacteria that you and I would run across in our everyday lives; and then the archaea, which are a domain of bacteria that live in extreme environments. You learned about different types of cells, including prokaryotes, which include all the bacteria, and eukaryotes, which include everything else, and cell structures, everything from mitochondria to a plasma membrane to the Golgi apparatus, etc. So you learned all about cells. Absolutely one of my favorite weeks in the term. This week we will learn about cellular respiration and photosynthesis, and I will make a separate video just as a quick review of these concepts. I'll post those later on today, that video. Read your chapters 6, 7, and 8 in your free, and I keep emphasizing free, OpenStax textbook, Biology 2E, which is the 2nd edition. Be sure to read your chapters, at least skim through them before you start working on your work this week, so that you understand what is going on, and then go back to them, refer back to them as you need them. Read the Module 4 overview and watch the videos that are there in Module 4 to help you get prepared for this week. Okay, the discussion board postings this week. I want to remind you that the initial post is due by Thursday night, and the 2 response posts, and there will always be 2 response posts required, are due by Sunday night. Okay, so the first question to answer in the discussion board postings is, are photosynthesis and cellular respiration processes opposite or complementary or both? There's a reason they're asking this question in the course, and you can pretty much guess the answer is going to be both, but you can look those up and figure them out for yourself. So with photosynthesis, you're making food, and that food is always glucose. In cellular respiration, you're breaking down food to make energy. Now, one thing that I want to tell you, and I want you to get this in your heads, is that, for example, in plants, you know that plants do photosynthesis, but they also do cellular respiration. So there must be a reason for this. There must be a reason that they do both. So always think about that as you're working through that section. Autotrophs. Auto means self. Troph is feeding, so autotrophs are self-feeders, and that means they're the ones that do photosynthesis because they make their own food. We certainly can't do that. Are they the foundation of all ecosystems? The photosynthesizers. Okay. Let's see what you come up with on that. And in your response post, you're going to be talking about carbon dioxide release, which of course is released through cellular respiration and through the burning of fossil fuels, and its consequences. We already started on that in week 2, which I just finished grading, so you have an idea of that already. Okay, then your journal entry, and by the way, you did really great on the journal entries for week 2. I was very pleased with those. They were very well done. The journal entry for this week 4 includes a discussion of aerobic and anaerobic respiration processes and how they are different from each other. Okay, you can tell just by the terms that they're different. Aerobic means with oxygen, and anaerobic, I have a misspelling there. Anaerobic, I'll fix that. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So that tells you that there's a difference right there. But what else? What are the other differences between those processes? And what's the whole point of them? I'll talk about that in my review video in just a minute. How ancient is glycolysis? Glycolysis is the breaking apart of glucose. If you look at the word, glyco means sugar, and we're talking about glucose here. Lysis means to break, and so this process means a breaking apart of glucose, and you're breaking it in half. I will tell you that you start all of these processes, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, and fermentation. They all start with glycolysis. So it is a very important biochemical pathway. A pathway is just a series of steps where something is broken down or made. And then you will discuss ethanol as a biofuel. We all know that when we go to the gas pump says that you may have up to 10% of this fuel, which would be ethanol added to your gasoline. So you're going to discuss ethanol as a biofuel. And then finally, you have milestone 2 for your final project. So here comes the next section. You're actually starting with section 3, but this is the second time that you've been working on your final project. Biological concepts. This is probably the most important section of your final project, because right here you're making connections between biological concepts out there, and there are so many, and excuse me, your topic. So just as a quick run through, I'm not going to go through all of these in detail. Level of organization. Okay, so does your topic affect every biome? Just think global warming, for example. Global warming would affect every biome on the planet, every ecosystem, every species on the planet. And you would explain that. On the other hand, if you're talking about eutrophication in a lake, you don't affect every biome on the planet. You don't affect every species. So you're trying to figure out at what level of organization your topic affects living things. Analysis. So you're going to choose 3 biological concepts that pertain to your topic. So, for example, evolution, genetics, photosynthesis, predator-prey interactions, that you can have smaller concepts besides the huge ones, food webs, etc., etc. There are just so many. So you're going to find 3 biological concepts that pertain to your topic, and you are going to explain them. So that is B, okay? Don't go into too much detail about how these are connected yet, because you're going to get to that. Relationship to the topic. There you go. There it comes. Explain how these 3 concepts or processes relate to your topic. So if you're talking about eutrophication, then how is eutrophication and food webs related? How are they related to each other? How is photosynthesis related to eutrophication? How is anaerobic respiration related to eutrophication? So figure out how your biological concepts relate to your topic. Characteristics of life. How are the characteristics of life affected by that particular one of the biological concepts that you have? And how is this essential to the species in your ecosystem, or wherever it is that you've already identified in your levels of organization? And then finally, impact on health. How does one of these concepts affect positively or negatively, or both, human or environmental health? So global warming. How is this going to affect human health? There's going to be a change in insects that are around. I'm just saying, coming from my background of vector control, insects that we have never seen before are going to be coming along and biting us. I'm just saying. So anyway, what's the impact on human health or environmental health? And of course, environmental health is an even bigger scope than human health. Make sure you label your sections for this final project. I can't emphasize that enough. So it should say, number 3, biological concepts, underline. A, level of organization. Okay, so that I don't have to guess where your information is. If you just write this like an English paper, I have no idea that you understand the differences between the sections. So, label everything once again. All right, and I will be uploading a video on the review of cellular respiration and photosynthesis in just a few minutes. As always, if you need me, if you need help at all, please email me. I will be glad to respond to you as fast as I can. If we need to set up separate office hours for you, please let me know. I will be glad to do that. I have time during the week to do that. We can figure out a time to meet face-to-face on the computer. So just let me know. Send me a message. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you through the course. If there's something that you don't understand, please, please, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you. I'll be glad to explain things to you. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful week. There's a lot to get done this week. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Get everything done. Stay safe, stay healthy. And I hope you have good weather too so you can get outside a little bit.